Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that one of our admin forwarded. The message reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? It was in the late 2008. I was someone that used to laugh whenever some people will tell me that someday I would look for Jesus Christ. I'll be like, Jesus Christ, for what? This is my own confession. I guided desperate people that came to me doing Ukuthwala until right now. I am now in need of Jesus Christ. For I keep on hearing the voice of my wife. She passed away. She told me to prepare because in the place where she is right now, she is saying that she is being burned by people that she cannot see. She keeps on telling me that she cannot return back to this land where we are living as an ancestor because she is caught up in a trap, sort of like a prison, because of the work that we used to do when she was still alive. I learned that I had a calling as a traditional healer when I was still very young. I learned to read bones, to mix muti, and to speak with amahlozi, ancestral spirits, for healing, protection. And I was told that the hlozi that was on me, it wanted me to help people to make money. It was a dark ancestral spirit of my other greatest grandfather who used to be a magician. He had came back to do the same thing that he used to do. So then I was told to go and to do the ceremony. So I went and I learned how to become a traditional healer, and I returned back to the community where my parents were staying. This is how I used to help people during the first days when the spirit was still sitting on me, not yet fully possessing my body. Young women would come to me, those that had been abandoned by their men. They will come to me and I would give them good charms that will bring back their men who had refused to marry them in the first place. Families that were broken, that were in poverty, I used to give them charms so that the husband, the wife, can find a proper job. And parents that were desperate for their kids to have a brighter future, I used to assist in that kind of a way as well. I was taught a lot of things by the spirit of my grandfather. I would even go underneath the water and come back with some charms that he would have directed me to get underneath the water. But I cannot remember exactly how I used to breathe underneath the water, but it used to happen. I will go to a certain river. Once I step into the river, I will see a very beautiful snake that would come and coil itself around my feet, and it will drag me, not in a bad way, but I would be floating and being taken down into the river, and I will see a very dark pit that had no ending, and I would find myself outside of the river sitting with a basket, those African basket by my side, that will be full of the charms. Then there was this other time when a woman approached me and she told me that her son's bride-to-be, who was a nurse, who had been assisted by her son when she was still in nursing college, had fled to Durban, refusing to marry him. So they wanted me to create a bring back lost lover or a revenge charm because the lobola had been paid already. I was told by the spirit of my ancestor to go next to the river underneath the new moon, and I prepared my muti, crushed roots of mpepo, and I also took a guinea fowl and I dropped some blood. This was the blood of the mother, and I instructed the mother to use this. And indeed, that woman, she returned back to her husband, claiming that she kept on having visions where she was being told to return back to her husband. And a lot of people, they started knowing that this is what I used to do. And most of them, they came. And it came time that I was being told by my own ancestor that it was time for me to help those that wanted to do money-making rituals. There was this other man who was a cattle farmer who hired me, went with me to KZN because he wanted me to strengthen his livestock, because there were people that were coming from Swazi that were stealing some of his cows. So he wanted them to be blinded whenever they would try to steal his cattle. I created a powerful muti for him and gave it to him, and we buried just next to one of his round hut in his compound. And there was another businessman who came to me as well, and he told me that he wanted some tokology because his business, after he had been divorced from his wife, was going down for the court. He had given a lot of the assets to the wife, and now he was broke. So I gave him 3 tokologies. He became so rich. The wife even said, let's cancel this divorce, and they got remarried again. I was known around Pretoria, was assisting a lot of people, whether they were from this country or they were from another country. So the turning point was when I was told by this other man. Funny enough, there were these men that used to pass through my shop each and every day. I used to sell my herbs in town. I had a little corner shop right there in Pretoria. There was this other man that used to come. He was a white man from the church called Jehovah's Witness, and he would say, one day you will look for Jesus Christ. And he used to give me, those little magazines that the Jehovah's Witness give to the people. You know what I used to do? I would keep them in stock. If someone will come to buy some muti from me, then I will take that small magazine, tear it off, and then I would wrap the muti using the pages of that magazine, for I did not want to use money to buy those small black plastics and then to use those black plastics. So I was using those magazines thinking that I was clever. My wife passed away in 2014. Me and my wife, we had 3 children, and my wife used to assist me whenever we wanted to help someone to become rich using money-making rituals. After my wife's funeral, then I started to have dreams about her. At first, she said that she was being told to return back to tell me that she owed a lot of blood and she was supposed to come and collect that blood from me. In time, she started telling me that in the place where she is being burned by things or demons that she cannot see. She keeps on telling me to prepare, for my time is near. She is the one who even told me in a dream that there is a book that is written that me and her, we helped over 30 people to do Ukuthwala rituals. The tokology is as well. They are written, all that we created. So I am here to those that are going to read my confession. If there is anyone who knows how to pray, please pray for me. I have tried on my own, but these tokologies, they beat me up whenever I go on my knees. They are very clever, the tokologies. They can even insert needles on my kneecaps. By the time that I try to kneel down, it will be so painful, and then they will start to laugh at me. They can even hit me on the back of my head the moment that I close my eyes, and then they will say, you want to pray, why pray? And then they will laugh at me. I have a lot of tokologies that have returned back from their previous owners. When someone has died, then the tokology does not have any place where it can go. Some of them, they are just roaming around in the village where my parents were born, just looking for a house where they can stay. So I need Jesus, but I am scared. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Can you even imagine? Yo.